Good morning and welcome to Hashtag Rise and Grind. I am your host, Glenn Lundy. I am a husband to one, a father to six, and the general manager of Dan Cummins Chevrolet Buick in Paris, Kentucky, the second largest used car franchise dealer in the United States of America. It is 5:30 a.m. and I hope that you are ready to rise and grind.
Grind, grind, grind. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. What's up, everybody? Today is Thursday, September 6th, 2018. The first and last time it'll ever be. September 6th, 2018. So we want to make sure to make the very best of this very special, incredible day. Listen, today we have a special, and I mean very special, edition of Hashtag Rise and Grind. Today, I am going to share a tale of three salespeople. A tale that is going to teach us all about life. A lot about ourselves, and a lot about why we succeed, who we are, and why we don't. Listen, today, if you will dial in with me today, settle in, all right? Make sure you're ready. Make sure you got that cup of coffee. Make sure you're focused. Make sure you're paying attention. If you will dive in with me today. Kick the video maybe just on my side, not on your side. I just got to make sure we're still working. Okay, yeah, looks like we're still working. If you will dive in with me today, listen, I don't know why I got kicked off of here, but I think I'm working everywhere else. If you will dive in with me today, you will be enlightened. Okay, you hear me? If you dive in with me today, you will be enlightened. If you dive in with me today, if you do it, you will be unburdened. We will lift some burdens off you today, I promise. If you dive in with me today, I promise you, you will be one step closer. One step closer to being successful, if you will allow it. But first, you know what we got to do? First, which one we want to go with? Let's go with this one today. First, let's dance. Hey, everybody. Good morning. I'm so happy you're here. And I'm still happy the live feed's still working because on my side, it looked like it cut off. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. Today, we're going to have a big, incredible episode of Hashtag Rise and Grind. Hey, guys, this is the part of the show where I need you to hit that share button because we believe that if we could change the way people start their day, we can make an impact on this planet. I know I believe it. Do you believe it? Because it's true. So hit that share button, and you just might change this way someone starts their day. This is the part of the show where I need you to say good morning to me, and I'm going to say good morning to you, and we're going to kick this thing off on this beautiful, incredible day. What's up, Mr. Scott Simons? How are you this morning? Ann Gilbert, how are you, dear? Mr. A.J. Anderson, I'm so happy to see you. Adam Marburger, what's up, Bo? He says, ain't no party like a rise and grind party. That's what I'm talking about. Good morning, Mike Higdon and Josh. What's up, Ricky Miller and Eddie Gilbert? How are you? Christopher McVeigh, Kelly Walker's in the house, Michael Jasper and Don Sankey. Hello, Miss Whitney Wells. How are you this morning? Chris Kablonsky, all the way from Australia. What's up, Carrie Lynn Carter? How are you this morning? My man Josh Marks, it was great talking to you yesterday. Jason Campos, what's up? Beth Workman's in here dancing. Robert Fuller's dancing. Tom Russell's dancing. Are y'all feeling that? Are you feeling it? Are you feeling it? Because I'm feeling it. There's all kinds of people up in here today. I love it. Woo! Man. All right. Let's get it going, dude. Today is going to be so incredibly powerful. That's all I can tell you. Today is going to be powerful. Check it out. I'm also excited about tomorrow. Tomorrow, my man Brian Benstock is going to be on our show. Brian Benstock is the dude from Paragon Honda, and I'm really excited. I almost got like a little bit of like a man crush on Brian Benstock. I love this guy, so I'm excited for him to be on the show tomorrow. Make sure you tune in for that. Also, Dave, this morning, I got a message from Dave Benson, and he announced that he just booked the seventh Hustle House for the Hustle and Grind Con, which is crazy. That means we have 7 mansions in Orlando that are going to be filled with people networking and masterminding, and it's going to be incredible. So make sure you get your tickets for that. And every day we have been giving away a ticket for Hustle and Grind Con. So today's winner is my man Justin. Oh shoot, I lost his last name. I didn't write it down. But my man Justin, there's your picture. So if you are that Justin right there, you are the winner of a Hustle and Grind Con ticket. How did he win? He won by sharing the Rise and Grind feed every morning. So if you go ahead and hit that share button, you might be tomorrow's winner. It's going to be awesome. Check it out. I want you to meet somebody real quick, dude. I need you to meet Mr. Chris Fletcher, okay? Chris Fletcher is one of a kind. Hands down, this dude is one of a kind. Okay, he's come from California. He came from California to join our team a while back. He's been a part of our team for a little while. And Mr. Chris Fletcher, he always is rocking a flat bill, like always. He's got a UK flat bill. He's got his Rise and Grind flat bill. He's got a Hustle flat bill. He's always rocking a flat bill. And something else about Chris Fletcher is he's always joking. Okay? And I mean absolutely always joking. He never turns it off. He's constantly being funny. He's always silly. I'll be walking by in the showroom. He'll be with a customer, and he'll just grab me, and he'll be like, "Hey, folks, this is the best-looking man on the planet right here. This is the best-looking GM in the country." And he constantly puts me and Josh Cummins and other people in the dealership in uncomfortable situations, right? He just loves and thrives in uncomfortable situations. He just absolutely loves it. Now, one of the things you have to know about Mr. Chris Fletcher, Mr. Flat Bill comedian Chris Fletcher, is that he averages, and I mean he average, like this is an average, never any less than, he averages 33 cars a month. Okay? Chris Fletcher sells 33 cars a month. Month in, month out, 33. Right? That's a lot of cars. For those of you that aren't in the auto industry, that's a lot of cars. For those of you that are in the auto industry, that's a lot of cars. And it's month in, month out. He does not have hills and valleys. It's no roller coaster. He's consistent. The dude makes big money, takes care of his beautiful family. He's a great dude, right? Well, let me tell you something about Chris Fletcher. Fletcher has a troubled past. Okay, he has a troubled past for sure, and he ran in the wrong circles for a really long time in a really big period of life. And he's not the best guy in the dealership at product knowledge. He's not necessarily labeled as the absolute most professional salesman I've ever met. Like, I wouldn't label him that way. I wouldn't describe him as an absolute elite product specialist. But he puts up numbers as though he's an absolute elite product specialist. Now listen, Chris Fletcher, don't get me wrong. The dude is a force to be reckoned with. He is the real deal. I also want you to meet a guy named John Hinkson. This guy right here, John Hinkson, has sold 341 cars so far this year. Okay? He has sold 341 cars so far this year. That means he sells 43 cars a month. Now listen, I don't care if you're in the auto industry or not. 43 cars a month is ridiculous. Okay? It's ridiculous that that's his average. He averages 43 stinking cars a month. Can you believe it? He is elite. He is top notch. He is like the LeBron stinking James of the auto industry. The dude is the real deal. He's a legit human being. But let me tell you something. He's one of a kind, and he is an absolute fierce competitor, okay? John Hinkson is a fierce competitor. I've traveled with him. I've gone places with him. He always wants to win. He's always fighting to be first. He does it in a very humble way. Okay? He does it in a very humble way. He's like, "Oh, I wish you the best, and I hope you do well, and I hope you succeed." And in the back of his mind, he's ripping off your head, and he's like stepping on your throat because he wants to win all the time. all the time. He's one of a kind. And yes, he's like middle-aged. He's like 50 years old, and he's just always working. John is a true professional, okay? He's just always working. He's always working his customers. He's always working his referrals. He's always working his feedback, period. But let me tell you something about John Hinkson. Just a couple years ago, John Hinkson was a warehouse. He was a factory worker. He was working in a Scentsy factory and had been working in a Scentsy factory for most of his life. And you see, it wasn't that long ago, just a couple years ago, that John Hinkson didn't really believe much in himself. He didn't have faith in himself. He didn't think he deserved the life that he has now. You want to talk about making bank? You want to talk about a big money player? This guy right here at 43 cars a month is making bank. His whole entire world has changed. His whole entire life has changed. He's got a big, beautiful home, and his wife's got big, beautiful rocks on her fingers, and they do big, beautiful things because he's making big money. But he used to feel like he wasn't worth it. He used to settle. He had completely settled into mediocrity. He struggled at first with making the change to come to the auto industry. The only reason he did it is he wanted to put a smile on his face. He was miserable with his existence. Here he was halfway through his life, and he didn't like himself. He wasn't being himself. And he had grown up. He like grew up in a tough kind of crowd. He had a tough upbringing, but now he's the John Hinkson that he is today. And I gotta tell you, the dude is a force to be reckoned with. He is the absolute real deal. He is the real deal. I mean, plain and simple, the dude is the real deal. I also want you to meet Erica Napper. This is my new friend, Erica Napper. All right. Now, Erica Napper has only been with us. She's been at the dealership. She's been there basically 3.5 months. And this girl has sold 115 cars. 115 cars. In 3.5 months, she's averaging 33 cars a month. Now, listen to me. I know some of you are not in the auto industry, and whether or not you're in the auto industry doesn't matter. I'm here to tell you, 33 cars a month is a ton of cars. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of energy, and it takes a lot of effort. And this girl has come in, and I'm telling you, she is one of a kind. She comes in, and she's young, and she's bubbly, and she's consistent, and she's persistent. I mean, she freaking works her tail off. And this is one girl that absolutely demands. I mean, she demands and expects to sell cars and be successful. She demands and expects you to get on board and be on her team and do what needs to be done to make sure she reaches the level she needs to reach. This girl loves God openly and outwardly. She's always playing with like the animals at the dealership. She loves the dogs. She's just got this pure heart. But let me tell you something about my friend Erica. She has a troubled past. She has put herself in some bad situations in the past. Some really bad situations. She's dealt with drugs, and she's dealt with the law, and she's dealt with a lot of things that she had to drag herself out of. And she walked into our dealership with absolutely no experience. I mean, none. Zip. Zero. She is not a product specialist. She does not know our product inside and out. But let me tell you, with that said, she is the real deal. She is an absolute force to be reckoned with. So listen, we have 3 different, completely different, unique, one-of-a-kind individuals here. You got Chris Fletcher, one of a kind. You got John Hinkson, one of a kind. You've got Erica Napper. She's one of a kind. We have 3 completely different, unique individuals. There's nothing about them that's the same. They're completely different. And I got to tell you something. Listen. We need to look at why that is. Why do these 3 people who do things completely different, why do they have so much success? Listen, and this is the whole point of today's episode, and this is what I need you to capture. This is what I hope you're paying attention to. All 3 of these human beings have embraced who they are. All 3 of them, they've embraced who they are 100%. They give not 1 ounce of energy or attention on what others think or feel about them. Not one. They don't care. If this was a different type of show, I would tell you they give no bleeps about anybody or anything other than the mission that they are on to be successful. The mission that they have this passion and fire inside. They just want to be themselves. They are truly pure. They are original. They are one of a kind. And when you become the absolute best version of self, when you become the best version of you that you can possibly be, the universe literally begins to shape itself around you. It does. It starts to shape itself around you. I want you to listen to this amazing video.
He's got that beautiful cut shot that he could go ahead and hit it, maybe right at the end of his stand here with a cut and work it towards the hole. And we know he can make that cut.
I think the greatest of people that have ever been in society, they were never versions of someone else. They were themselves. So it's the great tragedy. People employed in ways that don't fully tap everything they do best in life.
Deep down in your heart, you know that you're not living to your potential. And life is now something you're just getting on with.
See, I look around at people so often, they're so unhappy, and I think the reason is that they don't ever win the game of life. It's a game they feel like they can't win, like they're always losing. And the reason, number one, is they don't know the purpose of the game.
That's why people wake up in a rut. Their life has no purpose, no meaning. They're not morning people. I'm just not a morning person. You're not a morning person because you're not living in your purpose. See, you hate waking up because you waking up and you don't know the reason. You waking up and you don't have no design in mind.
Just stop and think about what's most important. Think about why you're here. You are here for a reason. There's something for you to do and be here.
Take a look at what burns on the inside of you.
You've got to find what you love.
What burns in your heart is important for you to pay attention to, because it never goes away.
Start to realize there is something inside of you that is never ending. There's something inside of you that is unchangeable. And that's the part of you that knows what is right, what to do, and why you're here.
The only way to be truly satisfied is to love what you do. As with all matters of the heart, you'll know when you find it.
The most stable thing that a man can do is to listen to his heart and to follow it.
Have the courage to follow your heart and intuition. They somehow already know what you truly want to become.
But you see people successful soaring by, and you want to soar. But you got to jump.
You gotta find something within. And when you find out what your why is,
you don't sleep day or night to get it.
People who are running toward their dreams, life has a special kind of meaning. When you find your why, you find a way to make it happen.
When you truly need something, you can find a way. And you stop at nothing to reach it.
What you will realize is that you have greatness within you. What you'll realize is that you're more powerful than you could ever begin to imagine.
We're all dying. What are you dying to do?
What is your true purpose on this earth?
The two most important days of your life. are the day you were born and the day you learned why.
The two most important days of your life are the day that you were born and the day that you learn why. Listen, the message is really simple today. It's really simple. Are you embracing who you are? Do you love who you are? Listen, I got to tell you something. I love you, man. I love you. I tell you every single day on this show. I tell you every single day on this show that I love you. But my question for you today is, do you love you? Do you love you? Are you living a life that you can be proud of? Are you living out this passion, this thing that you have inside your heart? Are you living it out? Or are you still beating yourself up? Are you still beating yourself up for the mistakes that you made in the past? Are you still going to work at a dead-end job that you hate? Are you still dragging yourself out of bed every single day? Is that what you're doing? Because when you change that, when you stop giving a fudge what everyone else thinks, when you begin to embrace who you are, just like my good friend Chris Fletcher does, he embraces who he is 100%. He embraces it. And my good friend John Hinkson has embraced. He's got this fuel now, this fire, this passion. He does something called selling cars for a cause, where he now takes his passion and his fire and his fuel and his 43 car deals a month, and he goes out there and he makes an impact on this community. Or like my girl Erica, who said, you know what? I'm sick of being a deadbeat, lazy loser, and instead I'm going to go out there and do something with my life. I'm going to make an impact on this planet. I'm going to chase my passions. I'm going to fuel my fires. And this girl is now handing out Bibles for every car she sells. She hands out a Bible to someone in the community because she has embraced who she is, flawed and all. And she has love for herself. And that love comes through and it shines, and the universe begins to mold itself around her. My message today to you is simple. I love you. Do you? Listen, you are an amazing human being, uniquely made by the God of the universe to be the absolute best version of you that you can possibly be. You see, you understand that you are part, just by watching this show or being in the Rise and Grind group, you are part of something powerful, right? Something powerful. All of your posts and your comments and all your positivity, even just flashing a smile, all of those things that you're doing, they're making an impact on this planet, on your friends, on your family members, on your coworkers. They're making an impact on everyone around you, including me. You're making an impact on me. And I, for one, I absolutely love you for it. I do. If nobody's told you that yet today, I want to be the first. I absolutely love you. Listen, if you need more episodes of Rise and Grind, you can go to GlennLundy.com. There's probably like 200 of them up there. I don't even know how many there are. There's so many. But there's tons of episodes that can help you change the way that you start your day. Also, if you need some Rise and Grind gear, beautiful t-shirts like this, you can go to GlennLundy.com. We have a bunch of stuff on sale as we're going into fall. So I got like $10 t-shirts on there, so on and so forth. Also, make sure you get your tickets to the Hustle and Grind Con, because we're all going to come together in community. We're going to spend 3 days in Orlando, and it's going to be, I'm telling you, just one incredible, amazing event. It's one where we're going to continue to try and extract the greatness that exists inside of each of every one of us. So make sure you can get there. And most importantly, will you do me a favor? Will you, A, hit that share button if you haven't done so already, because somebody around you needs to hear this, and B, will you please come back again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. with my man Brian Benstock from Paragon Honda, who's absolutely amazing. Will you please come back again tomorrow morning at 5:30 a.m. We'll do it all over again on hashtag Rise and Grind. Dude, have an amazing day today. Have an incredible, fantastic, over-the-top just day today. I can already feel it. It's going to be incredible, right? It's going to be incredible. You feel it? I feel it. I hope you feel it. Have an incredible day. I'll see you guys tomorrow on hashtag Rise and Grind.